So, hi everyone, this is Andrew.
Everyone.
So this is Andrew, and he's going to be sharing a bit of life with us tonight, which is pretty exciting. And I want you to listen up well, and when we split into small groups after this, we're all going to have a chat on the theme of tonight. And I want you to come up with one thing that really spoke to you tonight. So think about your one thing as we do stuff. Okay, so Andrew, all the way from Bristol tonight, welcome.
Yeah, long way.
Yeah, welcome tonight. Now, we're really pleased you could make it. So tell us, Andrew, a little bit about your life and maybe your early church experience. What was that like? Were you like Josh Dackle, always messing about as a kid in church?
Yeah, Josh is the guy that he invited me here. I remember what he's. So, yeah, I went to church as a kid with my parents. And it was quite a traditional church of England.
Did you have like an organ in the corner? Or did you have
there's a big organ. It's like the cathedral, but smaller. So I went there. That was in Portishead. Went there for years, and I kind of just felt it was what I was meant to do. It was just part of my life, and yeah, I didn't really understand any of it or much of it. And then as I was a teenager, moved to Bristol, and I kind of slowly drifted out of church. Didn't really like it. Didn't like it at all. And then didn't go to church for about 6 years as a teenager. And then in 2018, I was just called back to church. And
tell us a little bit more about that. How did God sort of get your attention? Because
I can't really answer that. All I can say is that God called me back, and He timed it very well.
Yeah, because it's weird sometimes. We think like God's fed up with us, or He's upset with us if we don't go and read our Bible every day, if we don't pray, if we don't go to church and do the right things. But He's kind of not like that, is He? He always sees us. He gives us our freedom. So if we want to go off and do some other things for a few years, He lets us do that. But kind of He's always there, loving on us, and always trying to sort of lead us and guide us in life, isn't He? So what happened in 2018?
So March 2018, that's when I went back to church. Went to Woody's where I met Josh. Big church. And I was very nervous, very shy then. So I kind of didn't enjoy it, but for some reason kept going every week. And then I've been going for about 3 months, June 2018. And I was on holiday in Italy on my own. Spent the day in Venice, and then got a bus into the Alps, and it was really nice, like so really scenic, and I was pretty happy. And then my second day in the morning, I had a phone call from my dad, and I just thought he was going to kind of just check I'd arrived safely or something. But then he said that my sister had been killed in a hit-and-run car crash. So I kind of went from really high, like content, and to the opposite. And then I was also on my own in Italy, so there was no one to comfort me. People don't understand what I was saying. Luckily, there was people that spoke English in the lobby. But so that was.
And how old was your sister? What was her name?
Emma.
Okay. Yeah. And how old was Emma?
So she was 24.
Why?
And then I was 21. I'm 25 now.
So she was your older sister?
She was, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It was pretty tough few months. I just you don't expect it. when you when you're young, you don't expect a close family member to die like that. Yeah.
And did all the family react differently, or did you mourn together, or does everyone do things differently? How did the family dynamic react to it? It was kind of different, but in the early stages, my dad's, he was really doing loads of things like to do with Emma's death, like all the paperwork and going, because there was a court case, the driver that hit her. And that's how he coped with it, doing stuff. Yeah.
Whereas me, my younger sister, my mum, we were just kind of grieving in like not really doing much else because I didn't feel like it.
How did it affect your relationship with God? Was it like, did you go through lots of different questions with God, or did you receive sort of comfort? How did all that work?
As I said, my faith before, it's weird, my faith before it happened was very weak, but it was there, but I didn't really have a relationship with God at all. And then, since then, it's just grown so much, and only God can do that, really.
Only God can turn things around, yeah. I must admit, I lost someone last year, and it was like a journey, it was like a process, and we all do things differently, but I just felt God grieving with me, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Just sort of partnering with my heart and just holding my heart. And instead of being angry, I was just going to him with my emotions. And he just listens. He doesn't pass judgment, or he just listens and holds your heart as you go through a grieving process. And after a process, and we're all different, we all go through different things. You just feel closer to him, and you just know that he knows how you're feeling for that. So that was obviously a massive impact on your life, but there were some other things that happened to you. So tell us a little bit more about what happened then.
About a year after I lost Emma, I was kind of starting to recover kind of emotionally from what happened. And then I started feeling very ill, not suddenly, but gradually, and started being sick. And then had a MRI scan of my head, and they found a brain tumor. And that was almost a year to the day after losing Emma. It's like a week before the anniversary. I was quite shocked, but my mum was very distressed because she lost her daughter the year before, and then she was saying, I'm going to lose my son. And I was fine to start with, but then I got pretty scared as the doctor was trying to decide what to do. And then, it's a long story, but I'll shut short. I basically had surgery twice, 2 lots of surgery. And the second one was successful in that they removed 95% of my tumour, so there's little bits left. But I had a lot of fairly minor physical disabilities.
I saw some pictures of you, and facially, your face changed and everything, doesn't it? It was
there's quite a few things. The main thing I had was double vision, where your pupils and your eyes don't face the same directions, like googly eyes. So I had that, along with, I couldn't walk, couldn't really talk, a whole load of things, which a lot of them gradually improved over months, but it took a long time. And then the double vision that I had, I went to the Bristol Eye Hospital for an appointment, and they did loads of tests on my eyes, and they said, we think in 12 to 18 months there'll be enough improvement that you can start to wear glasses that will correct it with these special lenses. And anyway, that night, I was in my room, and I was just doing one of the tests they did in the appointment earlier with a pen. And my double vision basically healed in about 10 minutes.
Wow. So God just reached out, touched you, and healed you of everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's it feel like to be touched by God like that?
A privilege.
Did you like? Did you? How did it happen? Were you praying or did it?
No, I wasn't praying. No, so
you didn't even pray. And he just have some of this.
It had been 4 months since the operation, so people have been praying for me loads since then. But at the exact time, I was just sitting in my room, and I was just doing this thing with a pen that I did in the appointment to try and train my pupils to look at one thing. Being the appointment, they did the test, and it worked temporarily. And they said, that's a sign that there's an improvement, and it'll take a few years. And then it,
Wow.
God healed me in that
So
evening.
God just reached out and touched you.
Yeah,
So
praise God, yeah.
if people are wondering today if God heals and if he still does miracles, signs and wonders, what would you say to people?
Yeah. It happens. It does happen. And it happened to me, and I'm very grateful because it doesn't happen to a lot of people, but definitely happens. Yeah.
Praise God.
Yeah.
So you've gone through a lot in your life. Wow, which I can't even get my head around. Obviously, Emma, and then brain tumor and stuff. Wow. But looking forward now, what do you think? What do you think's in future? God's got in your future?
To be honest, I'm not really sure. I feel more content, and that's kind of peaceful than ever before. And I kind of, I'm just, whatever God wants me to do, I'm happy to do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit more. I heard there's a few things you do maybe on a Saturday afternoon in Bristol and stuff. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I do this low-key street evangelism with a friend from church. And we just go around College Green in town and just chat to people about God, which is it's still strange now, but the first few times it was intense, yeah.
And what sort of reactions you get? How do you think people are
You'd be surprised. People are, nearly everyone we talk to is open. I don't think anyone's been really hostile, but I mean, that's kind of College Green in the middle of the day. I'm guessing if you went and did the same at 11 p.m, it might be different. People are open, and we pray for quite a few people, and it's just. Yeah.
That's fantastic. I tell you, let's give Andrew a round of applause. That was fantastic.